What's happening, people? It's the homie Smitster 400, one half of Straight Off the Ave. Shout out to my co-host, Mr. Dubbins, and this is Smitster Reacts. Shout out to all the subscribers out there. Welcome back. And if you made it to this video, go ahead, give us a like, and subscribe, and join the team. You know what I'm saying? New content every day. All right, so what I'm finna react to right now is a video speaking on Katt Williams warning everybody about Wendy Williams. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of things going on with Wendy. You feel me? Prayers out to her. Yeah, man, that's what I'm finna touch on. So without further ado, I'm finna bring this right to the stage and get this thing going. Let's get it.
The difficulty is getting people to believe something that they don't want to believe. And in each of these cases, this is where the money is.
I can't do this. I have to sit down again.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money. And I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you. I will smoke when I smoke, and I will liquor when I liquor. And I will eat what I eat. How dare him? How dare him? I control me.
Y'all, this situation with Wendy Williams is seriously terrifying, and it looks like Katt Williams, Dave Chappelle, Kanye, and all those other people who try to warn us about what happens when celebs step out of line were right all along. So there are rumors going around that Wendy is being held hostage by the people who put her under financial guardianship, and this new documentary that came out was allegedly part of their tactic to convince the public that Wendy is unstable and needs a guardian. Now, no one is denying that Wendy has had her struggles over the years, but what's crazy to me is that her bank, Wells Fargo, froze her assets before they had proof she was incapacitated. And then for Wendy to be diagnosed with dementia 2 years later feels like they're playing in our face for real. After all, we know Wendy had a lot of info on some powerful people, and she wasn't afraid to spill it. She was one of the first ones to publicly hint at Diddy's DL lifestyle all the way back in the 90s, which led to Diddy banning her from all New York radio stations. In fact, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, said he personally witnessed Diddy making phone calls to radio executives ordering them to get Wendy blacklisted from all stations.
When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station, he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing to he said, nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is gonna do anything with y'all, no business at all. It ain't gonna be no artist, no nothing gonna come. He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station.
Wow.
That's the power he had.
And this is just one example out of many. During the course of her career, Wendy spoke boldly about a lot of powerful and famous people, including the so-called Hollywood elite and even politicians.
Yes. I don't even think that they sleep in the same suite or in the same hotel. I bet you there's such separation that she sleeps down the street at one hotel. He sleeps up the street at one hotel. He's probably jealous because her dressing room door is closer to the stage than his. Like you know, Jay-Z is a good guy, you know, in terms of the music, but he's not as good as Beyonce in terms of what the world at large thinks. People are saying that, that Obama was actually flirting with this prime minister. Well, here's the other picture. Look.
So does this mean someone actually...
She was very, very, very outspoken. Wow, I forgot she said all that, to be honest, but I do remember those, you know what I'm saying, certain incidents where she spoke on those things, and that's crazy.
Silenced Wendy for knowing too much? What exactly did Katt Williams reveal about Wendy's situation? Let's get into it.
That's why I can speak with impunity about the Illuminati, because I know who you would have to be in order for what I'm saying to bother you, number one.
So I'm sure you've all heard by now the sad news about Wendy Williams. Just days after a new documentary called Where is Wendy Williams aired on Lifetime on February 24th, news broke that Wendy has been diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. Aphasia is a disorder that affects your speech as well as your ability to write and understand both spoken and written language. As for frontotemporal dementia, it's a disease that causes degeneration of the brain and progresses rapidly. There is currently no cure or treatment for frontotemporal dementia, and eventually the person diagnosed will need 24-hour care for daily function. Now, we've all seen Wendy struggling with different health issues over the years. She's been very open about her struggles, including her battle with Graves' disease, an autoimmune disorder that affects the thyroid gland, as well as her battle with alcohol and substance abuse. But Wendy's fans are saying there is something suspicious about Wendy's dementia diagnosis because it comes after Wendy's bank, Wells Fargo, declared her an incapacitated person and froze her assets. In January 2022, shortly after the iconic The Wendy Williams Show was pulled off the air, Wells Fargo suddenly froze all of Wendy's accounts and blocked her from accessing her financial statements. Wells Fargo claimed that Wendy is an incapacitated person in need of a financial guardian, and they filed a petition at the New York Supreme Court arguing that Wendy is an incapacitated person and that her situation was concerning. The petition read, "It is our hope that the court will imminently appoint a temporary guardian or evaluator to review the situation and ensure that Williams' affairs are being properly handled." But Wendy's lawyer Celeste McCall fired back, accusing Wendy's former financial advisor Lori Schiller of lying to Wells Fargo about Wendy being of unsound mind. In her court filing, Wendy's lawyer revealed that Wendy had previously fired Lori Schiller due to improper conduct in relation to their professional relationship. So allegedly, to get her revenge on Wendy, Lori went behind Wendy's back and convinced Wells Fargo that Wendy is incapable of handling her assets and needs a guardian ASAP. Wendy's lawyer also requested a temporary restraining order against Wells Fargo, claiming that the bank was interfering with Wendy's right to access her financial assets and statements. But the court sided with Wells Fargo, and in December 2022, it was revealed that attorney Sabrina Morrissey was appointed as Wendy's financial guardian. Now, I also want to point out that Wendy herself publicly called out Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo, accusing them of conspiring against her to put her under guardianship. And as you will hear in this recording, Wendy didn't sound incoherent or of unsound mind. She made perfect sense and calmly explained how people on her team allegedly plotted against her.
About my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done with my American Express card. A former doctor had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. I fired the doctor, and again, all I want to know is where is my money? This is not right.
So this was recorded in March 2022, and you can see that Wendy had no problem speaking, and she wasn't showing any signs of aphasia or other dementia symptoms. But her representatives are now claiming that she was diagnosed a while ago, and that her diagnosis was the reason she stepped down from her talk show. But see, members of Wendy's family have raised concern over Wendy's guardianship, and Wendy's son Kevin Jr. alleged that some people on Wendy's team were deliberately pushing her to drink alcohol and then gave her documents and contracts to sign while she was under the influence. Kevin Jr. told The Sun, if they aren't providing it, they are definitely enabling a type of personality and giving her the green light to drink. Whoever has been hired, they are taking advantage of someone who needs to get better. He also claimed that Wendy's team pressured her to sign contracts either during or immediately after she left rehab. Once I heard that she was agreeing to stuff around her rehab, I thought, well, okay, they are taking advantage, Kevin said. Now, another interesting fact is that after after this Lifetime documentary came out, Wendy's financial guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, filed a lawsuit against Lifetime and tried to prevent the documentary from airing. But according to documents obtained by Hollywood Reporter, Morrissey's complaint was immediately vacated. This led some fans to speculate that Wendy's guardian filed that motion against Lifetime as a distraction to take the attention away from her and make it look like she actually has Wendy's best interests at heart. Meanwhile, fans also started drawing parallels between Wendy's situation and Britney Spears' conservatorship. Britney revealed during a court hearing that she was misdiagnosed and given dangerously high doses of lithium, which was later used as an argument that she was incapable of handling her own money. What's also strange is that Britney revealed that her lawyer, who supposedly wanted to help her and the conservatorship, advised her not to share her story with the public, which led fans to speculate that her lawyer was conspiring with Britney's conservators.
And I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me, instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me. By making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you, to the judge, to approve me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me. And by not saying anything is saying it's okay. I don't know what I said here. It's not okay. Actually, I don't want to interview. I'd much rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing. So thank you.
And then Kanye West joined the chat, claiming that he too was prescribed a high dose of lithium. And when the host suggested that they were trying to Britney Spears him, Kanye said they were actually trying to take him out like Michael Jackson.
What I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look.
They would have Michael Jackson,
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see there's not much of her left.
And even years before Britney and Kanye spoke about this, Dave Chappelle revealed that he had to run to Africa after turning down a $50 million deal from Comedy Central because they were trying to convince him to take antipsychotic medication.
And I knew I was going to leave, so I got ahead of schedule. And I bounced. And I didn't tell anybody where I was going. The whole time, they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid, like, you know.
But you were stressed out. That's why.
There's no question. But it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you and say, you're insane.
So it seems like there's a pattern in Hollywood that whenever a celebrity steps out of line or starts speaking out on certain topics, they either get called crazy, get hooked on something, put under conservatorship, or even worse. Katt Williams also spoke about this recently, claiming he tried to warn folks about people like R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, and Diddy years before the whole thing was exposed, but he was threatened and told to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing...
You will tell it?
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it.
And isn't this exactly what Wendy Williams was doing for years? Collecting information on powerful people? Well, we can't really put anything past these Hollywood deviants, as Katt called them. And Wendy's fans are now speculating that there's more to her situation than meets the eye. One fan said, I think they're determined to take Wendy out, and are doing so slowly to claim personal sickness as the reason. After she admitted to being in rehab while handling the show, I could sense that she had no control over her life. And another person wrote, they froze her bank account, they have her isolated. Her family doesn't know where she is. When the production crew began to do a documentary about the come up of Wendy Williams, they wouldn't leave after they saw the state that she was in because they were concerned about her. Some stranger was appointed as her legal guardian who decided to file a lawsuit only after the production was already aired. Shaking my head. But what's your take on Wendy's situation? Do you think someone wants to silence her for knowing too much? Drop your thoughts.
You know what? That is very suspicious and is, definitely something that Katt Williams has spoken about. Is something that, you know, seems to happen a lot. Who Katt Williams spoke about it. Dave Chappelle, all the people in the video, like it's if you don't go against if you go against what it is that they want you to do, or if they want something that you have, like her assets, her money, that's the first thing they go for. Kanye West went for his money. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson, they wanted that publishing. Them people, man, the people are sick. And there's a lot of people that when she got, diagnosed and the news came out, people talking about karma and all that. That's some evil, sick-ish to say. You know what I mean? But once again, prayers out to her, and you know what I mean? I wish her the best, man, because that's wild. But sign off in the comments, man. If you made it to this point in the video, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe. New content every day. Shout out to the subscribers. This has been Smitster Reacts. The homie Smitster 400. Signing off, man. Y'all have a good one. Owie.